people. So when I became a judge, let's just say that it was something that I had aspired to. In private practice, I like to say that I gave my best to every single client that I represented, but always with an eye to be a judge someday. For us, we became independent in 1962, but for more than 30 years, our judiciary was mainly predominated by males, mainly foreigners from Australia or New Zealand. But it wasn't until the early 90s that the first local Chief Justice was appointed. And he was a man with a vision, and I acknowledge him, because if it wasn't for him, us judges, being 4 of us who made it to the judiciary of Samoa, wouldn't have been even considered despite our merits. So Chief Justice Papalii, in 2011, the first female judge was appointed, followed by another in 2013. They were elevated to the Supreme Court, and then Judge Sa'anga and I were appointed in 2016 and subsequently 2017. My experience as a judge, it's in our district court. The volume of work is quite significant. It is called the People's Court. All the specialist courts are in this court. This is the Youth Court, Family and Violence Court, and that's the court that Judge Sa'anga is the principal judge of. Alcohol and Drugs Court, I'm in charge of that court. The Youth Court, 2 of my brother judges at home are in charge of that court. So let's say it was quite a stark difference from my experience as a lawyer. As a practicing advocate, it was quite different in the sense that you're bombarded with this high volume of work. And then I think one thing that I really missed was the lack of support. The lack of support and also the lack of resources. I found that we needed to deal with our own research because we don't have research clerks. And there was, because of the high volume of work being 90% of the recorded cases, we were overwhelmed with the work, burnt out. Mental stress was a main issue. And the thing that gets to me, and I'm being honest here, I'm being raw about my experience, and I'm sure my sister judge also shares it with me, is I made a huge sacrifice to leave the private bar where I was earning a lot of money to join the judiciary. And the salary, I must say, isn't attractive. So in order for more female or more women to join the judiciary, that barrier is there. We must firstly make it attractive for them to be able to take up judicial officers' jobs. In terms of entitlement, we don't have any. So we're in the process of discussing that with our Chief Justice. The high volume of work, I see, or most of us share the same idea that to get through that barrier, we need more judges. We definitely need more judges to assist us with the clearance of work. Prejudice and bias. We have a saying in Samoa, ole o mata, ole tuangane, ole tuafifine. In English, it's translated to mean that the pupil of the brother's eye is his sister. And from that saying, it also links on to how we are treated in our community as leaders.